and employment is driven by a passion for unlocking human potentials. His entrepreneurial vision spans across industries, including real estate and finance. Meet.
Okay. Thank you, Tenika. Engineer Maxwell, you have the floor, please. Engineer Maxwell.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Okay, my name is Maxwell Inhezo. The engineer is actually a title just because we went through school and all that, but you can call me Maxwell for short. So I will be taking on the customer journey mapping for this section, and I don't know if I am to kick off right away or still have to go through protocols.
Yeah, Engineer Maxwell, you have the floor. You have the floor, please.
Okay. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. It's an amazing section, as they've just said it, and it's just all about you getting to know your customers and how to manage your customers. But first, before you have these customers, you need to learn how to get your hands on the customers. So I will be taking this section. Can you please share my slides?
Technical.
Yeah, you can go to slide 2. So in this section, you will be learning a step-by-step guide for mapping exercises and visual presentation for a sample customer journey mapping, then importance of customer emotion in mapping, then common mistakes to avoid, very key, then steps for creating effective buyer persona, then examples of persona for a fiction business. I will take you straight to the next slide where we'll have a lot to talk about, being the customer journey mapping planning. So at this stage, every business comes on board to have their services and products out there for people to use. But the first thing you need to consider is, okay, how am I going to get my customers? Who are my customers? And how do I link my products to these customers? So first, that's where you get the awareness stage. You have your company set up, you have your vision, you have your mission, you have your core values to follow, you have your brand guidelines to maintain. But customers don't look at all these things. They just want to get your products, get your services, and let it just be the best in the market. So first of all, you have to start with your awareness. You have to let people know that, oh, this particular, okay, let me use Coke, for example, Coca-Cola. Okay, Coca-Cola brand is in the market and we are here to take over the business, to take over the market section. So you can come to, this is just them creating an awareness. So after making this awareness stage, they will be going to the next stage we call the consideration, where people who have heard about this product, about this company are beginning to make inquiries. They want to know more about you. This is when you get to know that, okay, your awareness stage actually worked out the way you want it. Even if it's not going to be 100%, at least 50, 60, it's something to work with. So at this stage is where you now start gathering data of those customers or prospects, as we do call them. Then from this stage is where you now start marketing digitally, because this stage is all about digital marketing. Now you market to them, both email, website, social medias. Even when they walk into a store, they have to pick up a flyer. So you're just reinforcing this thing to their mindset that, okay, I am here to stay. This is my product. Get to know my product. Get to know how to use my product. Then after this stage, voila, you are here to welcome your first customer. They've made a purchase. Somebody buys your product and, oh, you'll be like, okay, I've sold one today. That doesn't mean that because you've sold one, you want to go back to your shell and, okay, I have one. Definitely this one will bring another person. No, you will still have to continue the process. Why somebody buys a product, your awareness stage is running, your consideration stage is still running, but this purchase is showing that, okay, there is a success as which you have, okay, sold something from the awareness stage. Now, when you pass that stage, you're not going into service. The fact that they buy your product does not end there. They are going to know how to use this product. They are going to know the benefits to this product because they just want to sample your product. Somebody wants to buy this product and take it to the office and say, hey, I got Coca-Cola product today. People will be like, oh, what's it all about? So you don't just stop at selling. You still continue to educate the public about your services. So at this stage, this is where you now enhance your products more. You know, you talk about how you can help people establish.
Have you ever wondered how you can turn your
with that product? So after the service stage, that's when you now start thinking of the loyalty stage, where you just get to buy the customer's loyalty. At this point, they've bought from you, so you now have to give back to the society in a way, kind of. So you run programs for them through your newsletters, your blog. You just want to make sure that you are in front of them 247. You want them. So that's one thing I love Coca-Cola, but that's why I had to use them for an example. They actually are one of the companies that has showed how this customer journey mapping works out so perfectly well. When we still get to other slides, you will still get to know more about it. But this particular stage, this process is not like it started from awareness, it's ending as a loyalty expansion. It still has to go back 360. It doesn't stop. It's a continuous process, because you have somebody who will start up with you at the awareness stage, and the next thing they are stopping at purchase. Just because they have your product, they feel, okay, I no longer need you. You still need to go back to their face to be there and let them know that there is more to just buy my product. There is more I can do for you. So Coca-Cola does not just end at, okay, we've sold a bottle of Coca-Cola today. That's it. No, they will still let you know that, okay, you still need more of this to further down your meals. You know, it goes with rice, it goes with, so they are always at your face telling you something. So this is why this customer journey mapping planning helps you in everywhere. It doesn't just end with a product that people only take. You can also go through services. Yes, let me use a car product manufacturing company, for example, maybe Toyota. Toyota doesn't just end at, okay, we'll produce a car and everybody is using it. It stops there. They still go out because they have people who are competing with them. They have Honda, they have Mercedes, they have Lexus. So they all need these things because they know that competition is real. You don't just come into the market and feel, oh, the Lord has done it for me. No, you have to work for it. You have to show people that, okay, you can trust me. I am the only person that can deliver to this expectation you need. So people need to know that 247, you are in their presence and you are willing to go any length to give them the best services they want. Come to the telecommunication part. For MTN, for example, MTN actually, when the NCC made a regulation that, okay, every recharge code should be the same, most companies, most of the telecommunication companies went into doing, okay, they went straight to creating the code star 303 just to, okay, either borrow or recharge 310 to check your balance. But MTN did something extra. Their existing code, which is star 556 hash, they did not just throw that code away, but instead they made that code an educational center whereby when you dial that code, you will not get to know more about other codes. But meanwhile, other people actually did, they just phased off the codes they have, you know, just jump into the new code. But MTN knew that, okay, there is a process to this. If I actually jump into this one and close down my old code, people will get lost. So this is what they have already planned out. I need to carry my customer from the old stage to the new stage, you know, so that I won't leave any of them behind. So that way, MTN is still topping. No matter how high their charge out rates are for data and for calls, people are always rushing out to them. So once you are doing this thing, you just know that I am creating my services not just because I want to serve, I want it to be the best. I will take you to the next slide so we can break it down and move further. So importance of customer emotions in mapping. Oh, this is very key. You need to have a clear vision on the business purpose. You don't just open a business because you want to make money. Yeah, I need a business. I don't want to be idle at home. Just open a business first because you want to serve a purpose. You want people to know you for something. You want people to see your color and know that, oh, this is GT, this is Access, this is UBA. You want people to see your font. You want them to see anything about you anywhere. The first thing that comes to their mind is, okay, this is this brand. Then you need to understand your customer needs before coming out. You don't just open and come to the market, make a name, then you now go back to start checking, okay, what would these people need? No, you first of all need to know what the customer needs, how your product can best serve them. Then once this is done, then you need to have a good customer service support team, be it one or two, be it either hundreds. But this team needs to be on standby because products do fail. No matter how your product manager or product owner design the product coming out has a different reaction to customers. So customers definitely, they are going to have want questions to ask, and you don't want, when they come around asking those questions, there is nobody to attend to their questions. That one alone is a turn up for them. The next thing, you start seeing your mark going down, because these people are in to use your product. And I want, if I have a problem with this, I can be able to call. I can call Coca-Cola and say, this product I bought today, I think the sugar is excess and all that. I am making my complaints. They are to absorb my feedback, go back and work on it. Be whether it's correct or wrong, they will sure appreciate the feedback I'm giving. So you need to make sure that your team, exclusive team, is set up on ground before launching your company and going around trying to create buzz for people to know that you're here. Then you need to know when to enhance your products. So once you are mapping out your customers' journey, you need to know when to enhance your product from the feedbacks they give. If they are giving you this feedback that this product you have is amazing, that does not mean you should go back and sit down. You need to look for a way to enhance it. You need to look for a way to make it all about the customer. One thing Coca-Cola did was, product was amazing. There was challenges with other companies bringing in their product. They had Pepsi Light. As I think it was 2019, 2020, there was can I proceed?
Yes, you can continue.
Okay. As at 2019, 2020, when Pepsi introduced Pepsi Light, Coca-Cola knew that, there is a challenge in the market of which I need to beat. Coca-Cola also introduced a product with a tag name, tag name. They have Coca-Cola Bisola, they have Coca-Cola Maxwell, they have Coca-Cola Judy, they have like everybody. So once you're buying a product, it becomes that, it's personalized. I want to buy a bottle of Coca-Cola with my name and keep it in my home. So these are when you have your customer feedback, you probably gone through and say, okay, there is need to enhance. So then aside this, you then need to use this customer emotion in mapping to know the market. One thing is having all the best goodies in your products. Another thing is knowing the market you're selling to, because the market is filled with so many data. So it's now left for you to analyze the data you need, analyze who your customers are, analyze what they want. Then that way you can stay ahead of the market, because you can't just buzz into the market and you feel you can have thousands. No, you start somewhere. So once you have all these details sorted out, believe me, when you start plugging in your map, you will discover that it's quite easy for you to sell straight to who you need to sell to. You don't need to come out and start making so many efforts in marketing, because you already have your mappings down. You know who you're throwing that product at. Which takes us to the next slide. Common mistakes you need to avoid when mapping. It's very key. Next slide. Okay, yeah, thank you. So you in mapping, you need to avoid assumptions. You don't assume. You don't know anybody when it comes to customer mapping. You don't even know who your customer is. So don't assume, okay, my customer stays in Abuja, he's an old man, he has a big business. You don't assume. Assumption is one of the biggest mistakes most people make, because you already have a product. You've made up your mind that, okay, I have a product, I'm selling this product for maybe 2 billion naira. You've concluded that the buyer is not in Lagos, the buyer is not in Port Harcourt, your buyer is in Abuja. So that way you've messed up your mapping. So everybody has the right and access to your product. So you need to leave it open. Don't assume to a particular location, a particular age of people, or particular range of even color of people. Don't. Then number two, too much data plugin. So when you want to harness good feedback from customers, you have so many platforms to do that. You can either create a survey, create forms, just maybe short videos to let people know, okay, give me feedback on this. But when you have too many informations for customer to feel, believe me, you're going to have a short data, because nobody wants stress. Nobody wants to open a page and start filling 50 information just because they want to give you feedback. Your customer is like your baby. You need to pamper them. You need to treat them so soft. So when you're looking for feedback information, just a line or two is fine. Maybe next time you can see throughout a line or two. That way you'll be able to gather the information you need. So you having too many plugs for them to come in and start giving feedbacks, it's a turn off. Some people can't even take it. Personally, I hate filling forms, online, offline. So I prefer, even if I want to do anything for you, let me tick and go. So that way you'll be able to, when you know how to create your form, you get feedbacks a lot, and these data are not going to be something that will make customer feel like, okay, I'm not interested in filling this. Then number 3, your brand guidelines mismanagement. You need to avoid it. If you're sticking to a color, a style, a pattern, you need to maintain that when it comes to mapping, because your customers are knowing you for something. They're either knowing you for your colors, they're either knowing you for your name, they're either knowing you for the tagline. They are just trying to know you for something. So the moment you miss and start adding other things at the same time, it becomes a problem for them to know who you really are. So your customers need to know you for one particular brand line. So be it your logo, your tagline, maybe just the colors, whatever, but try to be consistent in what you're actually putting out on when it comes to adverts, day-to-day visuals for people to see who you are, what you do. You just need to be consistent with that. So then the 4th one is product/service suspension. This is where most people get it wrong. You don't launch, so I won't say this brand I'm going to mention is bad in it, but I think this affected their business sometime. When Pepsi launched Pepsi Light, it became I must have something in Nigeria. Everybody wants to take Pepsi Light. Even when you're in the traffic, anybody selling drinks, everybody is requesting for Pepsi Light. So at some point, they discovered that, okay, this is the market we need. But the moment Coca-Cola came up with the tag name product, I don't just know what happened. Pepsi Light becomes something we can no longer see again. So you don't need to start a product or a service that you will suspend with a little time. So whatever you are coming out with, be sure that your team and yourself, being the business owner, you finalize that this is what you want to do. So no matter how you launch that product, the product will at least run for a year, and I will probably say a year and 6 months before you can even think of making any changes to it or adjustment. Because once people get to know your product and you feel you've arrived, that you can do anything because you have followers, you have customers, you have prospects who are into your product, and you say, okay, let me suspend it and produce this one and push it out so that I can have many things at the same time. That way, you will be shocked how your customers will drop with speed. So you don't give out product or services, and at the end of the quarter or half of the year, you are suspending it because you want to develop something else. So this is something you need to avoid when creating your journey mapping. So now the last one on this slide is pricing, very key. If you are coming out and you want to come out strong, decide on your pricing. Like I said, even if you want to sell that product for 2 million, let it be 2 million. If you want to make it a premium product, let it be a premium product. If you want to make it a product for all, make it a product for all. That's one thing about me, these Samsung. These two companies are companies I know that they don't look at what other people are doing. They just want their quality, and their price is fixed. It doesn't go up and down. It doesn't change for anybody. So if you're coming out as a business owner or you're launching your product, your pricing is key. Conclude your pricing before you come out to the market. The market does not want to come and start hearing that, okay, today you are selling for 2 million, tomorrow you are selling for 1.5, the next tomorrow you are selling for 3 million. It becomes a problem to them. That means they can't trust your product. I can't buy your product and be using your product, and probably I have saved all my money for the next product I want to buy, and you are telling me that you are not selling at 3 million. It becomes a problem. So if you want to maintain a high class of product pricing, then you need to come out that way. If you feel the product is for everybody and you want everybody to afford it, you come out that way. Which will now take us to the next slide. Can I have my next slide, please? Steps for creating effective persona. So now this is another place that is going to take out a bit of our time, because you need to understand how to create a buyer persona. Now, you creating your buyer persona is you creating who you want your customer to be. You have a location, you have Nigeria, for example. You know the sector you are coming out with, either finance, either manufacturing, either health. You know where you're coming out from. So you need to go and dig up data from each market. You need to know who your competitors are. You need to know their strategy and their styles. Even if it means paying somebody in the company to give you heads up, you need to do that. So once you have every database in all the market sectors, then you can now begin to analyze what their products are in the market, how they were able to sustain. But that's the most important thing. You can start a business, but the next thing you're looking at is how to sustain my business. So when you analyze their own products and see how it's been doing, then you can compare to your own product and know if I just want to have a product like these people, or I want to have something better than them. Definitely everybody coming out wants to have a special product different from whatever other person is selling in the market. So you want to either add more to it, or you want to make it have two functionals, whereby it can serve as this and also serve as the other one. So this is where you decide by the time you know what your competitors are actually doing with the help of the data you have from the market. So now you can now design your target market. Who am I selling to? Who is my customer? Is it somebody in Abuja? Is it somebody in Lagos? Is it somebody in Asaba? At this point, this is where you draw your target market, of which other people call target audience. So when it comes to now designing your persona, this is where you actually have them detailed and broken down in data. Okay, I want my buyers, all of my buyers or my audience, to be in Lagos. At this point, you now have a reason for selling that product only in Lagos State. Now, when you have a location, the next thing you're looking at is the age range of people who will buy your product. Now, you can either say you want them 20 to 40. You can choose 30 to 40 based on the product you're selling. So that's why when it comes to alcohol, they will tell you from 18 plus above. So if you're not up to 18, you are not allowed to take that product. And that product is not limited to only Lagos State, because it's a general product, but they have age range of those people who can take that product. That's why it's a very big product. Okay, anybody can take. But when you feel your own product can only be sold in Lagos State, that means you have a reason for selling it. Probably because you don't have branches in other states to take care of your feedback, complaints, and all that. And probably you don't have a team set up to meet up with demand needs when it comes to delivery. So you just want to start up in Lagos. That's why you are selling within Lagos. So this is what your persona will tell you. So after that, you now have classes of people who wants to buy or who you want to sell this product to. You either have the working class, you either have the general public, you either have, okay, this product is actually meant for students. This product is meant for parents or pregnant women or expectant mothers. So you actually know the people you want to sell your product to. You plug it into your persona. Now, so once you're done with this, this is now what you can now use to finalize your pricing. Okay, since you have your persona, and your persona is telling you that my product should only be sold to high net worth individuals in Nigeria. So people who bought 10 million and above, then you will now know how to plan your pricing. So you cannot have a persona that is saying a net worth person of 500,000 and your pricing is saying you want to sell for 10 million. Definitely, you're not going to see any customers in this. So, but when you have your persona saying, okay, net worth 500,000 and your pricing is, let's say, 50,000 for the particular product you are selling to this class of people, then you will see your customers coming in. So when you have all this, then you know you are ready to launch a product. This way, your customer journey map is actually packaged. This will now help you to segment those who you want to sell to from the market, because the market is a very big market. You can bring in a whole lot into the market and it will take it. So you need to select what you want to sell to these people and the people you need to sell to. That way, your customer journey map is actually perfect and in line. And you will see that once you plug it in, it's something that is very easy for you to do. You don't even need to say too much. The main map is just, okay, my awareness stage, then you just go straight to consideration, purchase. It becomes a day-to-day affair. You wake up in the morning, you make an announcement, okay, my product is in Abuja. Now, people are beginning to consider because, okay, I am buying this product from this social state, and since it's within my reach, fine. Before you know, this is how you start going big and start expanding into all these sections. So creating a buyer persona when you're creating your customer journey map is actually key, and it's something that can actually help you, segment yourself from the market and plug in properly. You will see your customer coming in and out. And this customer planning also help when it comes to real estate. Real estate is where you will see this key functioning properly, because you know the prices of land and you know who you are selling to. So not everybody can afford the land at the main time, but you know who your target market is. I remember working with a brand, a real estate brand in Lagos State, and they were requesting for a customer mapping for a net worth people, the high net worth people, because their lands are over 50 million plus. When I was discussing with the team, I was telling them that, see, you can't have a product that you are targeting only these people. They said this is what they want. Okay, I asked them, if I give you a better option where you can have both the rich and the poor buy your land, how would it sound? They say, very nice. Fine. We created two buyer persona. We created one for the high net worth, and we created one for a low earning person. Okay, so how can this low earning person buy a land worth 50 million? You have your high net worth buying your land. The low people who can't afford 50 million at a time can actually pay in, be it 100,000, 500,000, per month, based on their savings, to buy this probably in 2 years' time. So this is you working with your mapping, because you know that, okay, this product is out. I want to sell. I don't want to sell only to the rich. I want the poor to also benefit from this. These are all functions of this mapping. So once you have an effective buyer persona, believe me, every product you bring out is just going to be in the market and be selling itself. You don't need to do too much stress. All you need to do is, okay, look for how to make your customers happy and look for how to enhance your products, which takes us to the next slide. So we're going to have a little exercise here. Due to the rules in the system, I don't think it's going to be an open section, but I don't know if there's going to be a section where people get to talk about this worksheet, because I would like it to be an interactive section. Coach B?
Yeah, we're going to have a breakout session where people would share on how they are going to implement what they have gotten. But you can go ahead and just do your thing.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. So I actually developed this stuff for Coca-Cola, because it's one product I still use every day to know how to adjust my own customer mapping education system. So when you have something like this is just what they use. Now in the morning, your first question is, what is the customer thinking or feeling? Now for a Coca-Cola brand, definitely there is no way, if let's say 100% of us in this gathering, I can bet that 75% don't wake up in the morning to drink Coke. It's not possible. You can't wake up in the morning and say, okay, I'm eating my rice with Coca-Cola. It's very rare. So they know how to actually map and catch their customer journey properly. So in the morning, they know you are not going to touch anything cooked because you're either eating apple or taking water based on health educations and all that. So late morning, they are still not expecting you to take Coke. Probably your Coca-Cola will now be in the afternoon, in the evening, after having lunch or dinner, you just want to step it down and, they know how to monitor their customer day-to-day affairs. You get. So now when you come to the second one, what are the customer's action and main priorities? So in the morning, I don't think that you just want to go out in the morning to go to a shop and buy Coca-Cola. You have other things planned out for this. So in the late morning, I don't think you're stepping out to get Coca-Cola. I feel you're going in for a meeting, or probably you're done with your morning meeting. You're trying to get some tasks done. I'm talking about the corporate people. So for the non-corporate people, it's either you're just, in the morning, you're done praying at your business place. That late morning, you're trying to open your shop, trying to set up, trying to push out the goods outside so that people can see it. So these are the things you should be thinking when it comes to your own business. Coca-Cola being kept aside now. Let's take Mercedes-Benz, for example, when it comes to this flyer here. What are you thinking in the morning when you wake up? Or how are you feeling? You're going to work. All you want is your car to be active, take you to the office. You're not thinking of any other thing. Even if I come that morning and show you Mercedes-Benz 2004 products, 2024 products, you are not going to listen to anything at that point in time because you have your mindset being placed somewhere. So this is now telling you that if your product is early morning products, probably you are you're in the healthcare sector, and all you do is educate people on how to live their day-to-day activities. Now your own advert should be coming in early in the morning, late morning, at any time you can drop it. But when you have a product that you know that people are actually using those products in the afternoon or in the evening, that's when you should start thinking of creating your adverts. So this thing is just to help you understand when to post out your brand for people to see. If you post it in the morning, believe me, if you're selling beer, you are not going to get any customers in the morning because nobody is taking beer in the morning. So you need to, with this, once you are able to plug in your customer day-to-day journey, you'll be able to know when to post and when to sell. Because once they are seeing it at the right time, they know that this is what they need at the moment. You can imagine somebody coming back from the office in the afternoon, very hot sun, and you're just in the traffic, you're coming to their door trying to sell knife, trying to sell mosquito coil, or all this kind of stuff. The person is not even going to answer you at all because their head is hot. They need something to calm them down. Like, I am not thinking straight. I want to go home and rest. So imagine same person, hot afternoon, going home, and you're just coming with a bottle of chilled Coke. You're a lifesaver. This is what the person can even go to the extent of giving you tips just because you brought what they need at that particular time. So once you know the right mood and time to meet your customers, believe me, it's a boom business for you. So what are the customer biggest pain points at this time? So in the morning, are they feeling fine or do they need you? So if, like all I say, when it's in the medical sector, they need you at every point in time. Everybody is paying attention because things are really expensive. Even healthcare is expensive. People can't afford it. So for those in the health sector, it's very easy for you to come in morning, late morning. Even without looking, they'll be rushing to you because they know they need you more. But those who do normal products and services to aid day-to-day living, so you need to understand these people. So how does the customer interact with our product at this time? Still the same thing I've been saying. So if they wake up in the morning, how are they seeing your products? Probably I bought a new TV. I'm not going to sit at the sitting room and start looking at the TV I bought, trying to watch a program or something early in the morning. Probably be it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, even be it on a Saturday. I still have one or two things to do. So probably late morning, I might decide to sit just to have a rest and just see what's happening in the country, to watch news. I would then discover that, oh, this TV is even black and white. This is when they start noticing things. Okay, this is actually not 32 inches, it's 42. These are the time, okay, probably this period they are seated looking at, this is when you can now start thinking of which way do I have to market to get these customers. Now, remember, I told you from the beginning of you have the awareness stage, you have the consideration stage. Now, your awareness stage, Saturdays are very key for those who are doing traditional marketing. Saturdays are very key for you to go out there and put out your ads on TV stations, radio stations, because people are at home listening to stations or watching televisions. These are when to fly your news and launch yourself out without the digital platform. Because once I get to hear about you and hear about what you do, that way I will be able to consider. And believe me, with these stages, these are the reason why radio stations and TV stations are still expensive. You go to radio stations to make a jingle, you will find out that you are paying more. They are charging you close to 250,000 just to say your name. Just to say. They are not even doing any other thing. Okay, we have a new product in town, it's called X product. They're not even going to say go to their location to buy, or the owner of the business is a man, is a woman, he has money, he lives. They are not going to say all that. Just to mention X products, they'll be charging you 250,000 here in Nigeria. It's for you to know that they know the benefits of you creating your customer mapping journey. Because if you don't get it well fixed from day one, you're losing it in the middle at the end. So they know the benefits of all these things. So now moving further to how can our products be better utilized at this time? So every day to day for you, okay, probably you've seen it that my customers are actually taking my product in the afternoon. Okay, how can I utilize this time to sell more? Or how can this be more beneficial to my customers? These are when you can start thinking of collaborations with other people, because when you have this full data from the market, you can know what people consume or use on their day-to-day. Now, there is one good thing about being in the traffic. You learn a lot. You will see how products are being used together. Now, somebody's still selling this Coke. Coke has become a strong brand for somebody to collaborate with. Now, I am selling plantain chips. I am selling gala. These are products on their own. You are not going to bring out these companies to start expecting them to do the collaboration. Those who are selling now know how to merge this. So you have your Coca-Cola. Somebody who is tired in the traffic wants to take Coca-Cola because it's chilled. If I am sitting somewhere monitoring you, I'll be able to know that, if you're buying that Coca-Cola, you need something else. That's when you will now hear somebody, auntie, you need gala, you need plantain cheese, auntie, I did here. Like, you'll be asking yourself, how is this happening? It's because those people you see, they've mastered the market. At some point, the person selling Coca-Cola will start carrying gala because they don't want to miss any opportunity. So they've mastered that, okay, fine. If you're using this at this time, you need this particular one to match it down. So this is just for the customer side. Now let's go to you creating your customer journey, service and support. Now you now know about your customers. Now the next slide, please. Thank you. So you can now say, okay, what is this customer feeling? Now, as a customer support officer, you now want to know how to support your customers. You want to know, since you have the data of how your products are being used on day-to-day activities, you now want to create an automated support system, because you are not going to be there. The person can come in the morning and lay a complaint. You need to have a system, that will be able to assess that information and give them feedback at that point in time. So it's either you automate it or you have humans responding to it. You have what you know what they are feeling. Okay, easy in the morning, the person is complaining, or you'll be like, okay, I know how to handle this for you. You don't just go in the morning and start asking them, are you tired? Are you feeling weak? You first of all need to understand the customers. Then once you have these issues in place, then go straight to notice issue or has a complaint. This is where you now give the customer the opportunity to let you know that this is my complaint. And once they have laid that complaint, the next thing is they are asking for help. So you being the contact person, you don't need to start saying, okay, please give me 2 minutes, 3 minutes. That's why when it comes to organizations, the key spots are customer service center. Those guys are doing a whole lot of work, believe me. If you have a good team set up, that's where the whole stress of the organization is placed. Nobody is asking you who you're recruiting. Nobody is asking you who are those people marketing your product. Everybody is coming back to customer experience center because that's where they know that they can lay all their problems and get solution. So why is this customer feeling this way? These are things your customer service team should know. Once you know what the customer is feeling, deep down, you've already know what they are feeling, why they are feeling this way. It's now left for you to still use, either you use the normal phase to attack the, or resolve the issues, or you still want to give them room to explain. So, but the only thing is, once you get to know these phases, you'll be able to handle your customer service unit very well, and it helps with your customer journey mapping. Because once all these things are in place, believe me, you're not going to be there to run around. All your team needs to do is plug and play. Now you have the AI in section. This AI, will I call it generation or age? Because everything is automated. If I am coming to your organization or coming to your customer center unit and I am not getting a very quick and fast response, I will take it that you're not working. Because the system has gone so big that it's just with one click of a button. Even before you click, you are getting your feedback. Some of the times you just be like in the office, and so this is why people know how to handle issues like this. Now, if you go to Google Analytics, well, if you have a system properly set up for this, I wish I can log into my company's own and share a view. You will see it runs 24/7 to tell you about your customers' behavior. The way people are searching, what they are searching for. If your keyword is in that word, it will tell you if they are tensed or if they are feeling normal, just maybe making inquiries. You will get people searching for a keyword and they are typing over, let me say, 10 times faster than it should be. So you will know that they are looking for something. So that's why sometimes you go online, search for something, and okay, you're looking for what's the best sneakers in the market. And the next thing you're receiving an email, just email coming back to you, listing sneakers in the market, their colors, their brands. You will be asking yourself, how did this happen? So they are already plugged in the system, where you just need to, since you are searching, their own back engine is working, gathering the information just to use it, to reservice you. So at this point, I don't need to advertise to you, just the fact that that keyword is bringing you to that domain. I am using that same link coming back to you to retarget this market to you, since you are making that search. So this sheet will just be, probably by the time we get to the breakout section, I'll be able to, plug it in properly for you, and everybody will get to, let me not delay much further. This is almost 3:08. Coach Bean?
Yes, Coach Maxwell.
Yes, please. I would like to do my cutting here because I think my next slide should be on questions and contributions.
Yes. Thank you so much. Woo! I mean, that was a lot. That was a lot of information. I'm sure most of us have seen ourselves in this. I'm sure most of us have seen ourselves in everything he has said. how did you start your business? How did you start your business? Did you start on making wrong assumptions? What were you thinking? What were you thinking? Have you changed your logo like 5 times already, or just 2 times within a span of 1 year, 2 years in business? Imagine how little things like this can actually affect the productivity of your business, can actually influence the mind of your customers. Thank you so much for giving us so much, Maxwell, though you went way over time, but you did great. Thank you so much. Before we get into the questions, for me, I had like a long list of questions to ask, but for every stage, as he was saying, I was just seeing the answers to my questions. I don't know if your questions have been met. If it hasn't been met, this is a good time to type your question in the chat. So whilst we are giving you the time to put your questions in the chat, technical, let's go to School of Business. Let's hear from the School of Business 365. They are the reason why we are here today. Technical.
Have you ever wondered how you can turn your passion into profit? Do you have difficulties taking your business to the next level? Ilead Global Business Coaching School is the answer. Ilead Global School of Business offers your business mastery courses, which serve as a tool to get you as an entrepreneur, your projects and business ideas prepared for the contemporary and competitive business space. In the school, you will be taught courses that will help you evaluate new business opportunities and transform existing ideas into real business, such as how to establish a good business, psychology of sales, how to set the price of a product, emotional understanding of purchasing, rebranding and growth strategy, the inner circle in business, just to name a few. Register now at www.ileadglobalinstitute.com or call the numbers on your screen.
Please, Coach Julia, you are mute, please.
Thank you. That's the School of Business 365. As I mentioned earlier, what you're getting from here is just a tip of the iceberg, just a tip of the iceberg. If you want to get more value, get registered, get enrolled into the Ilead Global School of Business 365, and you will get super value. You will make an investment in yourself, and you will get super value for your money. Technical, can we see someone who has done this? Amazing. Here is the beautiful Coach Onazi. Coach Onazi is a media personality. She is a media mogul. And with her convenient job, she knows that having to touch the lives of other people, having to work with other people, having to, be in the management position, she needs to get herself equipped. And so she came to the Business School 365. Aside what she is doing in the corporate world, she is also working with individuals as an adult and also with kids. You can check her out. That's her Instagram handle, and that's her Facebook handle. It's one thing to be a professional in your field. How about the business side? How about the business side? That is why you need to go to the School of Business. And not just any School of Business, the Business School 365, the Ilead Global Business School 365. And this is what she has to say. She says, this business school is great. They teach practical stuff along with theories. The teachers know their stuff from real-world experience, and they encourage creativity. They focus on making all-round professionals, which is spot on for today's business world. This is what she has to say. A corporate personality, someone working in the corporate world. In this day and age, your job is not everything. How do you keep your job? How do you stay on top of your game? And here we have the amazing Coach Richard. Coach Richard also went through the School of Business 365. And today he is a sales coach. Yeah, so he works with sales teams for organizations. He works with sales teams all over the world. The other time I saw on his profile that he was in Kenya, you know, and he was handling great people there. People, you know, people that seems like they know their stuff already, but he came with the magic. He came with the magic. And this is because he has what it takes. And this is what he says. He says, the Ilead Global School of Business 365 empowered me to become a successful sales coach, shaping the careers of future sales leaders with confidence and expertise. So that's the name of his company, Projection Company, and that's the website. You can check him out. So I'm so glad that we have evidence. We have evidence here. It's not like I'm just sitting here and saying all those things. These are evidence. You can go check these people up and get encouraged to come on board. Thank you so much. Coach Bean?
Oh, thank you, Coach Maxwell said I don't want the name engineer, so I'll call him Coach Maxwell. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for those information. I think I've learned a lot today. I've learned a lot, and also I have, like Julia said, I had a lot of questions. Although alongside you have answered some of those questions. So without wasting time, for those of us that have questions, because this is the question and answer time, so you can just drop in the chat, or you can use the option on the Zoom to just raise your hand, and then they will give you the opportunity to ask your question. Thank you very much. Thank you once more, Coach Maxwell.
Okay, Shalewa, do we have questions in the chat?
They can
I
unmute
see
themselves,
Stephanie.
right? They can
Sorry?
unmute themselves, right?
Say that
They can
again.
unmute themselves, right?
Yeah. Just put your hands up and we'll call you to unmute. But I see on the chat here, there's a question. Maxwell, there's a question here. She says, Stephanie says, how long can business owners take to analyze success, the success of their business? How long can a new business owner take to analyze the success of their business? That's a lovely question. Thank you, Stephanie.
Can I come in now?
Yes.
Yes.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so for how long can a new business owner take to analyze success in their business? Is actually not, you don't need a time frame for that. You can say you're successful when you discover that, okay, the customer plan that you have plugged in already is actually working. That one is you confirming that you are successful in that area of mapping, that your customer journey mapping is actually working out for you. But when it comes to business, how long it will take for you to say, okay, fine, that my business is successful, is based on when you see that the return on investment is actually, let me not say is a strong business, is actually when it's up to 70%. Your return on investment is actually reading 70%. Then you can say, okay, fine, that whatever you're putting out, you're actually getting the returns. Then you can say you're successful. But when it hits 100, that's you saying 100 over 100 that you've done well for that particular product.
Amazing.
Yes,
Thank you so much. I think I see another question.
Okay.
Samuel says, thanks for the resources. My question is, what is the difference between customer mapping and customer management? What is the
Okay.
difference between customer mapping and customer management?
Thank you, Samuel. The differences are just a thin line, because the fact that you are mapping out for your customers, you also should be held responsible for the management. So the customer mapping is you are using all you have to plan your customers, to know how your customers behave, to know how you can get them on board. Let me not even say they are customers at this point in time. They are prospects. You know, these are still people who you feel should buy from you, who should own your products. So now when it comes to management, they are now fully your customers. They have actually bought those products from you. So how do you manage them is another thing. So you mapping out for them is you trying to bring them on board to sell to them. Then after you've sold to them probably once or twice, they are now your customers. So it doesn't mean that it ends there. You're still going to keep on mapping out for your customers because they bought from you. You still need to use that same data to resell to them. So because I bought one bottle of Coca-Cola today does not mean I am not going to drink another tomorrow. So which means I've sold to you and I will still do my best to keep that product in front of you. So at this point, I am managing you. So the fact that I onboarded you through my mapping, I will still need to manage you at the same time. So I will not say there is a whole big difference. It's just a thin line. So you are bringing them on board does not mean it ends there. At the same time, you are retargeting them and you are marketing them. So you are still need to go to be, managing these people. So the management has to do with you trying to pamper them and make them feel welcome. As long as they bought the first round from you, definitely you need to service them properly. So I would say, okay, probably use the word servicing. When it comes to managing your customers, you are trying to service them better than when you're looking for them to come on board.
Okay, thank you so much. I hope that answers your question. And I see here Isabel says, the customer is the king. Yes, customer is the king, exactly. And she has a follow-up question that says, how can we evaluate the customer journey?
So Isabel, yeah, thank you for that. To evaluate your customer journey, it's going to be based on the data you've been able to achieve from one particular customer. You get. So now you're out there putting out a whole lot of information to sell your brand and your products. And another thing is for them to see those products and they want to buy into it. So now for you to evaluate that, okay, this is actually working. You will need, let me use MailChimp, for instance. MailChimp helps you to set up something like this properly because it shows you stages when automated. If I have an advert running on buy your Coca-Cola and somebody clicks on buy your Coca-Cola, I will want to take them to a page where we call landing page. That landing page is just for them to enter their information so that I can actually have their data and retarget them even after sale. So at this point, MailChimp records it that you've concluded the first stage of the marketing, which is the awareness. You've seen it, you've considered, but you've not bought from me. So now automatically, if I have an automation running on MailChimp for adverts, it's going to come back to you again to remind you that, okay, you've submitted your information or you've not bought the Coca-Cola. What are you still waiting for? So at this point, you can use such tool to evaluate at what level have you been able to achieve all this. So was I able to convert my customer from the consideration stage, or did I have to retarget them again to get them on board? Or do I still have to send more emails to get these people to buy from me? So to evaluate all this, you just need that particular tool. Our advice, if you want to use a tool for evaluation for your customer mapping journey, just use MailChimp. It's amazing. It gives you a whole lot of data that you will use to know how you've been progressing on those stages. So it's a tool that allows you to see the start of the journey till the end of the journey. And it's still that same tool that will help you restart that same process again without you being, but if you feel you want to go in manually, then you can do that. But automation is quite better for you to use that. But with that, you'll be able to evaluate your operations on your customer mapping journey and how it has been playing out for you.
Yeah, thank you so much. I mean, we are in the tech world right now, and if you say you're going to avoid it, it's not possible, and because they just make things even much easier. Thank you so much for that. I see here in the chat, Laura says, thanks for the information. In order to create an effective persona, we need to finalize in our pricing. If I may know, are we finalizing the price based on the price of our raw materials or the level of what our community can afford?
Okay, this is quite good because we talked about building a buyer persona and finalizing on your pricing. So this is why you need to know the market before you even start to think of producing. You need to know the people you are planning to sell to, if they can afford it. So by the time you build your persona, you'll be able to know who you're selling these things to. So I said finalize on your pricing does not mean that, okay, you have to keep your products down. And no. You have to go into your production. Your production is running, but before you come to your final product, you need to have your persona ready. You need to know who is buying from you because it's going to affect your pricing. If I finish a product, okay, I stay in, let me say, I live in, looking for one rural area to use. Okay, let me say I'm staying somewhere in Ikorodu, like deep down Ikorodu village. And I'm producing iPhones. At this point in time, I will need to have my persona ready before I can go into production because I don't want to produce a phone worth 500,000 and the people who are staying within me can only afford phone of 50,000. So this is really going to affect it. So that before you go into your finalization of pricing, your persona is something that is going to guide you on your pricing stage. So that when you know who you're selling to, you know where you're pricing your products. It's as simple as that. Then if you want to make modifications, you're making modifications based on your persona, the people you are selling to. So your raw materials, everything, you can go ahead, but before you go into production, just know the people you want to sell to so that once your product is ready, you're pushing it to the market without delaying. Start thinking of how you're going to do with your pricing. The market already provides you with those information. It's just for you to work on the data and see what's going to work out for you, then know who you're selling to. It's as simple as that.
Thank you so much. So it is very important to build that persona. Yeah, thank you. I see here from Ibrahim, your presentation is magnificent. Thank you. Without a company, if I join the School of Business, it may be useful or better to be in business before doing so. Oh, Ibrahim, you don't need to have a business. You don't need to have a business. The School of Business 365 is actually for leaders. Is actually for leaders because guess what? You are constantly doing one transaction or the other. With the people you're working with in your workplace, in your family, the people that you're just meeting for the first time, you are constantly doing some form of transactions. And these transactions, they come on different levels. And these are things you will not get from your conventional school. And that is what Business 365 does. You can come in, give it a shot and see. Give it the first 3 months. Give it the first 3 months and then you see what I'm saying. You'll be so eager to move to the next level. Like after the first phase of the 1 year, you're going to be so eager to move to the next one. You'll see what I'm saying. So just come on. Thank you so much, Ibrahim. Bean, am I missing any questions?
No, I think there's no other question.
Okay,
No.
I see one.
Okay, there's one.
from
There's one.
Coach Coach Marie Claire says, for me, I understand that the rich are those who buy my product. Now, when you say one should not only target the rich to buy your product, please, can you redefine the rich?
Okay, so when I made that comment is when you're launching a product, you don't want to tie it down only straight to the rich. Yeah, they can actually buy your product, but what happens when they want to deal with foreign products? Because these people they want to spend money. Yeah, so how is your product competing with that of, because we believe that anything imported is perfect. So once you're doing only for the rich, you still have to make out plans. So your price does not change, your quality does not change. The only thing you need to do is to create a payment plan for those who you feel can't afford an outright payment. Same thing with the real estate. They have outright payment and they have plans for you to pay for 2-3 years to own a land. So it's just something they want to do, so that it doesn't look like when that rich man that buys your product is no longer interested in your company, they want to be dealing with somebody outside. So I feel imported products are okay for me and my family. I don't want the locally made product. So that becomes a problem to you. That means you run out of business. You won't be able to see anybody to sell to. But when you have a payment plan created for the lower class of people to be able to afford that product, it makes more sense for them. So once this person is not available to buy an outright payment, you still have them coming in little by little. And before you know, you're still selling. So that way you make plans for the rich and for the low class at the same time.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. I see you, Phoenix. I see you, Stephanie. I see you, Timothy. Thanks for always being here. Thank you so much, Ibrahim. Thank you so much, Cece. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. So we would move to our next session. Thank you, Maxwell, for responding to those questions so swiftly and giving us the right answers. I truly appreciate. So we'll move to the next sessions. We are so far behind time. Let's see how soon we can catch up. So we would be taken to different breakout sessions, breakout rooms, where we would have the conversation. Just feel free. And if you didn't understand stuff, you can get better understanding. If you have questions, you can ask. Just to make sure that you're not just living here with things in your head, but with a call to action. So I'll see you soon. Thank you.
Okay, the breakout room is going to be, the breakout room is going to be just 10 minutes. So let's try and make it work. All right. So as soon as 10 minutes is exhausted, we will all be automatically moved back to this main room. So you don't have to do anything. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tenika. Thank you. Wow, wow. It was so short, Coach Julia. We were enjoying the section. I didn't want to come back. It was so short. Sharing about the learning and teaching of today was very amazing in my chat, in my breakout room. So I didn't want us to even end there.
Oh, but at least people got to share, right? People got to share.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. I'm
I think we
hoping
might have to
that
increase.
Yes, Coach
we'll have to increase the time. We'll have to start early. So you know what happens? We have to come early because when we don't come early, the session opens before the top of the hour. So when we come early, we can start early and then we can have enough time. But when we don't start early, we now have to start, juggling, trying to catch up. So I hope next month we'll do better. Yes.
Exactly. Okay.
Okay, so let's get the final part from the School of Business. Technical. Technical.
Taking your business to the next level. Have you ever wondered how you can turn your passion into profit? Do you have difficulties taking your business to the next level? Ilead Global Business Coaching School is the answer. Ilead Global School of Business offers your business mastery courses, which serve as a tool to get you as an entrepreneur, your projects and business ideas prepared for the contemporary and competitive business space. In the school, you will be taught courses that will help you evaluate new business opportunities and transform existing ideas into real business, such as how to establish a good business, psychology of sales, how to set the price of a product, emotional understanding of purchasing, rebranding and growth strategy, the inner circle in business, just to name a few. Register now at www.ileadglobalinstitute.com or call the numbers on your screen. Ilead Global, adding value to others.
Okay, so can we see our bonuses?
Difficulties taking your business to the next level. Ilead Global Business.
Okay, so when you join the Ilead Global School of Business 365, these are some of the things you will get. You will get flexible learning options. What does this mean? It means that you go to school when you like. You go to school when you like, okay? So nobody's going to be like, oh, you didn't come for classes, so that's it. No, you have a free access to your platform. Next slide. When you enroll into the Ilead Global 365, you get access premium resources. Now, aside what you just saw on the screen, which is just a few of the areas you'll be covering, we have special resources for you when you join the program. Yes. And then you become a member of our online community. Our online community, when I say online community, I'm not referring to the general WhatsApp group that we have. I am talking about a private group of people like you who have made an investment in themselves, people who are serious about their life, people who want to see great things happen to them in the future. So when you are with this kind of people, you know what that means? It means you're with people that challenge you to be better. You're with people that you become a model for them. So you are seeing people that are ahead of you, and then you have other people too that are looking up to you. That's the kind of community you belong to, a place where you can find partnership and grow. And then you would have access to an exclusive webinar masterclass. So outside the fact that you are having your regular classes on your on the platform that where you on the platform where you have your classes, there's going to be master classes sessions. So these master classes sessions are going to be facilitated by very good, very good facilitators. You see somebody like Maxwell that just shared with us, and you see the kind of people that we've had over time. So just imagine if these great people, these great teachers can give you what they have given you for free. Imagine what they will give to you when you make the investment on yourself. They would not just give you good material or better material than what they have given to you. They will be there for you. Next slide. And then a business opportunity. For those of us who heard me earlier, we are a very huge platform, a very huge organization. We have spaces to be filled. We have spaces to be filled. You hear the name Ilead Global. Ilead Global, we are in Nigeria, we are in Cameroon, we are in Ghana, we are in South Africa, we are all over the world. So we need people in these different stations. And so these positions are strictly for those who have passed through our programs. So when you do with us, you know, you get a chance. Next slide. And then we have, you have a chance to pitch your business and have access to loans and grants. One of the subsidiaries of the Ilead Global is Seed Capital. Seed Capital is a microfinance that issues loans and grants to small businesses. So, but these are exclusively, we have exclusive package for those who go through the business school or any of our programs. Next slide, please. And of course, you get to graduate in the USA. So you attend school anywhere in the world, you get access to the platform, you learn, whether you want to learn from your bathroom, your bedroom, your office, any time of the day you choose to. And guess what? You end up graduating in the US. Our graduations are held in Texas. So you have an opportunity to go there if you like and have the graduation being taking place there. Okay, I think that's about it. Thank you so much, Technical. Thank you, thank you. So we would quickly just take a poll. We'll quickly take a poll. What the poll does for us is to help us know, did you like today's session? What do you think we didn't do right? How do you think we can do it better? You see, so that we can serve you much better in the next month. As you saw, we just learned customer mapping. So please, we are begging you, fill the form. Help us to map you so that we can so that we can serve you.
I think that's what Coach Margaret called customer feedback.
Yes. So let's get your feedback.
Please, customers. Follow me.
Yes, let's get your feedback. Technical, can you show that?
Okay, so you don't have to do anything. Once again, the poll will show on your screen, and all you have to do is read the question and fill the form. And meanwhile, if you're a French-speaking person, the question is also translated into French, so you can answer it with French or English, regardless. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach Ye.
And please don't think that somebody is going to know you're the one. We will not know you're the one. If you have Maybe you have something that you want to say and you think it's so horrible, they will find out it's you. We will not know it's you. Huh? The results will come to us anonymously. So we will not know you're the one. Just feel free and pour your mind. Let's get to hear from you. Thank you. Technical, it seems my touch is not working very well. I don't know if other people are having that same experience. So I don't know, what do you think? Would you take that down and put it back up, or
All right. As soon as in
we'll
the
have
next
that
1 minute,
again?
in the next 1 minute, I'll take it down and bring it back up for people that were not able to do the first one. Thank you. Okay, in case you had difficulty doing the first one, I'm going to bring it back up again. So take time to look at it. Thank you. Okay, thank you everybody for that feedback. Thank you very much. We can go on now. You're muted. You're muted.
Thank you so much, Technical, for that. Before Technical gets to serve us something on a lighter note, I really want to say a huge thank you. Thank you so much, Maxwell, for doing such an amazing job. I see on the chat, Coach Marie Claire has so much love, so much love, so much love. And as a matter of fact, she's demanding that we all give Maxwell a huge heart. So let's show our appreciation. Let's give Maxwell some hearts. Let's give him some hearts. If you know you got something, if you know you got something, give him a heart. Give him a heart. Thank you so much, Maxwell. Thank you so much. I mean, this is a huge feedback. This is a huge feedback. I'm so touched. I'm so touched. Thank you. Let's give him a heart, give him a heart, give him as many hearts as we can. Thank you. Thank you so much, Maxwell.
Like one of our coaches always say, it's just a virtual heart. So don't be stingy with it. Just give it. It's just a virtual heart. So let's just give him the heart.
Just go to your icon and bring out the heart there. It's not
Yeah.
going to remove the one you carry. Don't be stingy with it. You're just saying thank you, which means a lot. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, technical. Technical, are you serving us some jokes?
Yes, yes. I was waiting for you to announce.
Coach Julia, you're muted. You're muted.
Thank you so much for sharing that. That really got me cracked up. I really did laugh a lot. Thank you. And I hope we found that funny enough. Not just funny enough, but also educative enough. You find out that most of what, or some of what Maxwell shared with us today is what we saw there. Okay, so if you do your business and you don't put it out there, be it through advert, be it through some form of publicity, you are like a guy in the dark trying to wink at a girl. So you're in the dark winking at the girl only the girl doesn't know you're winking, but you're the only one that knows you're winking. Nice one. Thank you so much for sharing. Coach Bean, what do we have next?
Okay, next we are going to do an announcement and also a clarification about some of our products.
Okay.
Yeah.
Technical.
Coach, are you there?
Okay, so basically, it's still the Ilead Global School of Business. You know what it is. Get enrolled. The training center. We have young people running the streets in the name of not having a job to do. There are things you can do. There are things you can do. All you need to do is get trained, get enrolled, and you will get a job. You will get a business. Get enrolled, you will get a job, you will get a business. You're not just getting enrolled and learning whatever, but you're learning something that is needed in today's market. And a reminder for those of us who want to be coaches or who are coaching or mentoring in any field, you cannot do this by yourself. You cannot do this by yourself. You will get stuck if you are not trained. If you're not trained, you're going to get stuck. You need technicalities, proving models that people have worked with, because what works for one person doesn't work for the other. And so when you go through the School of Business, you have all of these models at your beck and call, and you know what to work with this person or that organization. You know what to do. And so that's our business, the Business School 365, who have been so gracious to bring this to us free of charge. Why don't you make that investment on yourself and even get better value than what you have now? Thank you, everyone, for making it here today. Thank you so much to the team that have been working with me day and night trying to put this together. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Shalewa. Thank you so much, Coach Maxwell, for doing this. Yes?
Follow us on social media, please. Everybody, please follow us on social media.
Yes. Go to the chat box. You would see our social media handles. Join us. Join our WhatsApp group. Get to know us. Get to be a part of us. And you know what? You would love it. So we are not just doing this in English. We have it in French. We have it in Spanish. So if you have somebody across the world somewhere, you can always talk to them about Ilead Global. That will be all for today. Thank you so much, Coach Bean, for holding the space with me. I truly do appreciate. As I said earlier, Bean is one of us. He went through the program. He's still in training, and you can do this.
Yeah, just 1 second or 2 seconds before let me just talk concerning the Ilead Global Training Center. I think for any young guy, anybody that wants to really work and be paid, but doing something that is his passion, Ilead Global Training Center is a place to be. Because imagine maybe you are somebody that I like to, I don't know, like for me, for example, I like web development. It's my passion. So I'm doing something that I like, that I love, and I'm being paid for that. It's just amazing. So Ilead Global Training Center, they identify your passion and then they train you on that and pay you for that. So it's a place to be. Thank you very much. Thank you, Coach Julia.
I mean, I couldn't have said it any better. Because, coming from someone who is actually in it, thank you for sharing that. We really do appreciate. Thank you. I see the love in this comment session for Coach Maxwell. Thank you so much. Thank you, Coach Marie Claire. All right. this is where we draw the curtains for today. Do have an amazing evening. God bless you all. I love you.
Thank you. God bless you too.
Thank you. God bless you.
Master coach is there. He's not saying anything. We have to put. Master.